Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got 3 replays in the Western Alliance Era 2 top of the era medium tank, the AMX 30B2 Brenus. Now this is, like I say, the top of the era. This is the tank that you will complete out Era 2 with the new French Cold War tech tree line, and it's a pretty damn nice tank. It's basically the 30B2 that I did the video on yesterday, but on steroids, because it does the same thing, but a little bit better, as always. As with this era system, it tends, well, as with Era 2 in general especially, it tends to be that this is now the best version of the tank that we started the grind off a little bit ago. And the thing that's nice about the Brenus is it's basically the 4AD, but it has some sort of armour, which means it can actually like bounce the odd shot here and there off the turret, which is really nice. But also it can actually absorb ATGM hits as long as they don't hit the lower plate or the side. You know, there's been occasions where they've hit me in the turret or they've hit me in the upper plate and they've just hit the ERA and done no damage whatsoever. And that is a really nice thing for the Brenus. It's definitely a nice step up from the tank before it. And whereas I felt like with some of the tanks when I've been grinding in Era 2, and I'm looking, well, to be fair, I've not really ground too many, but I'm looking at the M60 and the the M60A1 and the M60A3 for this, is that the M60A3 was like, yeah, I'm playing a M60A1, but it's just ever so slightly better. Is there a massive step up? Not really. I just feel like I'm playing basically the exact same tank. This feels like I'm playing the same flavour of the tank, but I just have that little bit more give, as well as the more hit points and the slightly better gun handling and depression and stuff like that. I have a little bit of armour, and that little bit of armour is definitely really, really nice for the tank. So before I get into the crew and the commander setup, etc., this poor M3A1. This is what can happen when a light tank gets caught out by the Brenus. Oh, God. Oh, that poor Bradley. He was like, oh no, a Brenus! Launched the ATGM at me, penned me, which is sad, that's 1,000 hit points gone, but then it was like, get out of my game, sir. And we just machine gunned the absolute living crap out of him, and he just had no hope at all of surviving that. But anyway, so what do I run in terms of a crew on the Brenus? Well, the same as I ran on the 2 previous tanks. I tend to run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Clutch Braking, Deadeye, Steady Aim, Run and Gun, Off-Road Driving. Off-Road Driving to make my ground resistances as good as possible. Steady Aim, Run and Gun to make the gun handling as good as it can be. Don't really need Snapshot with this tank because the turret traverse dispersions are like really, really good. And then Clutch Braking to make the track traverse so I can spin on the sixpence better. And the Deadeye for when I'm doing that to people, so that there's a chance that I might set someone on fire by machine gunning them and stuff like that. It just increases the chances by like 6% for every shell that's hitting them. And when there's a lot of shells hitting them, it can count for quite a lot. And in terms of equipment, I run the rammer, vertical stabilizers, and the traction system. Again, I'm just making this gun as good as it humanly can be. And then traction system to make myself go quicker. And DPM is always something you want to make better. So as you can see in this first game, we're up to 6.7k damage with 445 assistance. And we've managed to launch a few shells at some people and get this little machine gun on this tank singing. So as we can see that AMX 13 SS11 at the back, we're just trying to get this machine gun to feather out the shells into that guy, and we managed to machine gun him to death. We are a one-shot, so we do have to be careful going in on this FV4211, which is why you can see I'm hesitating a little bit, because it's like, no, I don't quite want to die right now. We go for the cupola shot, though, and because we're firing the APCR straight in, just lovely stuff. We're up to 8k damage with 445 assistance, make that 8.5k damage, and there goes the last tank of the game, which was that 4211. And we finished the game with the epic victory. 3 kills, 8.5k damage, 1,356 assistance. Sorry, 1,356 base XP with the first class and the high caliber. Really nice game for the Brenus. Yeah, the Brenus is really fun. I've really enjoyed this tank. I think it's something different at the top of Era 2 because you have that really nice gun, like the M60A3, like the Leopard 1A5. But you also have a little bit of armour, which helps you just to bounce the odd shot here and there. Again, it's not infallible. It's not FV4211 levels. That's a rock, you moron. It's not 4211 levels. It's like the type of armour that you can bounce quite a few shells off it. You can absorb 80 gems here and there, and it can be pretty nice to use. But is it something that you should truly go, aha, I'm an armoured juggernaut, shoot at me and you won't pen me? No, don't do that, because you'll just get penned. Alright, yeah, don't do that. So, it's just got something different about it, which is always good. Because, like I say, when I'm playing something like an M60A3, I go, why do I want to play an M60A3 when I've got a Leopard 1A5? Well, I don't have the Leopard 1A5. But you get my point, because the Leopard 1A5 is, what, quicker? Leopard 1A5 is about quicker or the same speed as the M60A3. It's got more alpha, or it's got the same alpha, something like that. It's got the pen, like better pen. It's got better camo, for sure. And with that mobility, it doesn't have any armour. But the Leopard 1A5 is a tank that I'd go, well, I'd just take that over the M60A3 every day, right? Because it's got pretty much all the gun handling as well over it, you know. Whereas this, I would take over those two as well, because I do have that little bit of armour, I've got that little bit of give, and I can do that to AMX 13 SS11s. And to T72s, apparently, too. Yeah, I didn't know I could pen that drive wheel with the machine gun. That's absolutely brutal. That poor T72, he had absolutely no hope. Oh dear. When I say I love these Era 2 Frenchies, I really do love them. They are really nice to play. And for just the antics you can get up to with that 20mm autocannon, it's definitely the one. Definitely the one. You just get some good memes out of it. But yeah, the Brenus it's unique enough that you might take it. You know, it's like going, okay, I can play Leopard 1A5, have the gun, the speed, the gun handling, the really good camo, and really, really good pen and stuff like that. Or I could just take this and have some memes with the auto cannon and just still have a pretty damn good gun and good DPM and stuff like that. I say this tank is really fun to play. This whole line has been really fun to play so far. I mean, we're at the end of Era 2, and so far I've not had a single tank that I've gone, ugh, didn't like that. I've enjoyed every single one. I mean, the Shah 25T, the gun was a little bit derpy, which was a bit annoying. But then the the Shah 40T took it to the next level, and it was actually like, this is a pretty good tank. I'm quite enjoying this. And then the AMX 30A was like, well, this is different, and this is still really great. It's quite fun. Weird to have only heat, but sure. The AMX 30B66 in the bottom of Era 2, sorry, was good, but irritating with the heat. If I'm honest, the heat was a little bit annoying at times, and that was probably my one drawback with that tank, was the heat letting me down quite a bit, where shooting at FV4211s and going, well, there's nothing I can do about this guy, because it's just a pain in the ass, and heat just doesn't work against it, and stuff like that. I mean, I know you get that with a lot of tanks that fire EPCR anyway, but, you know, you get the point. And then you get the 30B2, which is just basically playing the 4AD, and that was a good fun. And then this tank is just taking the 4AD up to another level, and it's, again, this Brenus has been great. Great fun. This line has been well worth the grind so far. We'll see when we get to Era 3. I've played a little bit of the AMX 32, but again, Era 3, I'm probably not the right man for that, for a good opinion on Era 3, because I just don't enjoy the era whatsoever. Era 2 is where the fun stops for me, really. But I will get the content out for you on those 3 tanks anyway. When we get there, we'll grind it out. And as you can see, we have managed to get, when I finished auto-cannoning this poor AV, because we got round the rear of him, I have no idea what was going off with him, we managed to get 7.5k damage with 2.2k assist. It is 6.5 at the minute, which is awkward, so we're just going to keep trying to get some shots in to shut these guys down. Now, I'm detecting, I'm thinking maybe that's something from 8.5, so I'm not going to risk that. That's just not happening. So we are going to come up high, and hopefully from upon high, we can get some shots into the guys down at D5. But just as we're coming over, we end up spotting this Chieftain Mark 5. It's like, well, hello, Mr. Chieftain Mark 5. Okay. Thank you for that. And we do actually get the shot in to shut him down there. That was a stupid shot we took a minute ago. Like, why did we even take that shot? We were never going to hit it. But, hey, well. We'd noticed there's a medium tank there, the Leopard 1A1, so we just rush in. Of course, we try to finish him with the snapshot, but it didn't quite go in. But we have the machine gun to finish that guy off. We come in, absolutely yoink the 30B off that other Brenus, is it? Or is it a... I think it's a Brenus, or it's the 30B2 or something like that. We managed to absolutely yoink the kill off that guy. And now there's one guy left. I want my top gun. There is the Centurion 9. It's like, come here, Mr. Centurion 9. I want your hit points, sir. So we're going to try and track him with a shot, but unfortunately it misses. So, autocannon time. And what's better than having 2 autocannons on him? Yoink! 2 autocannons absolutely machine gunning him, and we managed to get there to just yoink the kill and go, yoink! 6 kills, top gun, victory, 6 kills, 9.8k damage, 2.2k assist, that's what, like 11, brain, that's maths, 12k combined, quick maths, bro. Ace Tanker, Top Gun, the high caliber, 1740 base XP, a really great game for the 30B2 Brenus. Honestly, it's a fantastic tank. It's a really, really good tank to play. And I've just got one more replay for you. And this time we are on this map, which is... it's in the top left-hand corner, you idiot. Pearl River. We're on Pearl River. And we're going to go to the position at J2. I'm going to go to J2 because... well, it's a good place to go get hull down. And hopefully we can shoot people a lot that are in the middle. Or maybe towards their spawn. You know, stuff like that. And there's usually a pretty decent fight that heads off up this 2 line. So we're just going to use the good mobility of the tank to get over there. And we get spotted and detected straight away. And I'm like, what? Excuse me? What spotted me there? Okay, that was weird. There's maybe a lot... at this point I'm going, there's a light tank somewhere at G5. It's probably directly in the middle. So we're just trying to look for it. We get spotted and detected again. There it is. It's a Scorpion 90. Tried to RBRT him on the move. Didn't get anywhere near. But we managed to hit our spot. Because from this spot here, we can shoot down this 2 line. And I can stay perfectly safe from the enemy team, which is glorious. It's what we want to do. And I'm just looking for the shot. Can't quite see anything down there. So I'm thinking, is anything here? Look at the middle. The middle's got 5 tanks spotted currently. There's a tank in the middle. That's 6. So there's 9 tanks unaccounted for. But normally, by now, something's got here. And I'm seeing things, especially in Cold War, where everything's quite quick. There's normally something here already. And I'm like, okay. I don't think there's anything here. I'm going to push aggressively. This T-72A gets tracked, and unfortunately, we only track him, well, only do track damage. We do slam a shot again through his side, and I was kind of hoping to retrack him, but he just about gets away. And you can see they seem to be winning the other, well, the middle, and they're actually on our side, our spawn side. On the ramp, that's weird. But as you can see, there's nothing here. And I'm thinking, what the hell is going off? Like, where is their team? Has no one come to this flank? And just as we come over, we end up spotting the 30B2. Is that the 4-ad, I think? Yeah, we end up spotting the 4-ad, and I'm just like, okay, trying to make it so that this guy doesn't know where I am straight away. Now we're getting around his side. This is the way to get rid of him as quick as possible. We are machine gunning him, make him down to a 1-shot, and then switch to our main cannon and shut him down. That's the best thing to do when you get a surprise on them. Again, when you're using this machine gun, try your best to never forget about your main cannon. Because you're dishing out a lot of damage very, very quickly with that 20mm autocannon, for sure. But they're going to get more shots into you if you don't use your main cannon. And when I was shooting that 4-ad, I was waiting for the little icon in that bottom left-hand corner where the secondary bit is right now to make sure that I knew I was reloaded and I could, you know, get the shot into the 4-ad to shut him down. And what I was doing with the machine gun was actually making it to the point where he was a 1-shot for me, so I could shut him down with that 1 shot, and that's what happened. So we've now got to this mound in front of us, and I've maybe pushed a little bit too aggressively, and I'm sort of caught out in this middle ground. And there's so many of their tanks in this middle area now, and I'm like, oh god, this is kind of awkward. This isn't good. We're just looking for a shot into the T-72A. He kindly drives sideways out for us and gives us a shot. There's now the TR-85 or whatever it was as well. And I'm thinking, okay, I could try and shoot those guys, but I need to try and get rid of these light tanks, because these light tanks are the ones with ATGMs, and that's not going to go well for me. So we're just going to... we've tracked that poor 13 SS11, and we've managed to absolutely eviscerate his hit points. And, yeah, that's 1 ATGM tank gone. We get a nice shot into the Leopard 2AV's tracking wheel. Oh, he's on 1 hit point and a dream. Sad times, we needed to get rid of that guy. Now the TR-125 is coming. It wasn't a TR-85, it's a 125. And while he's giving me his rear and his side, we can't pen that with a machine gun. So now we're loaded with the main cannon, though. We're going to slap the shell in. But we only track him. So I'm going to get round his side and start machine gunning again. Again, trying to knock him down so he's got less hit points. He takes a hit, which puts him down to a one-shot, and we shut him down. The 13 SS11 thankfully misses his ATGM, which means I know I had like 15 seconds to try and get rid of him, and the 13 SS11 is gone. We try and get a shot into the Leopard 2AV, but unfortunately we crest a little bit too high on the ridge, miss the shot on the 2AV, and we get shot in the side by the 30B2. Sad times. And this game has been so hectic. And at this point I'm thinking, I need to get rid of this 2AV and then push this 30B2, because one, they're capping, as you can see. Number two, there's a light tank at K1, or in that general vicinity, which means that he's going to be getting into a position where he can launch ATGMs at my ass soon. And I don't want that. I don't want that in my life. That's not going to be good. So I'm thinking, right, okay, I need to get out of this position. What can I do? This AV needs to go. And thankfully, the AV gets shut down. Now, I am a two-shot or a one-shot with a bit of machine gunning to this 30B. So I do have to be careful. We get a shot into the 30B side there, and there we go. He gets put down to similar hit point number to me. So what I want to do is get in there, and there you go. The ATGM from the light tank just missed us by a fraction there, by the way. I knew it was coming, I had to get rid of him. But yeah, this 30B2 means that I know I can get the shot into his armor, and I can pen his lower plate with the machine gun. So that was my aim the whole time, was to get in there, get the shot in, put him down to a one-shot for the machine gun, and then just finish him off with that. And that's exactly what we do. Now we're traversing this tank graveyard. There's quite a lot of dead tanks in this area. And we're going to go and try and reset the cap. At the minute, we're going to win because we're capping. But I want to go reset the cap, make sure we're guaranteed this win. And we can see the cap, so I'm just looking for where it is. It's like, oh, hello, Mr. M60A2. We get the shot in to shut down the M60A2, finish him off, secure our top gun. And now, well, I'm not going to get anywhere near that Bradley because we have capped. But we do finish the game with a really great total for the Brenus, yet again. Finished with the top gun, the 10,059 damage, 1,673 assistance. Finished with the victory when the screen rolls. Top of the team, as you can see. And yeah, that's what? 11,600 combined. Ace Tanker, Top Gun, Sniper, High Caliber, the Defender Medal, 1,592 base XP. A really nice game for the Brenus, which is an absolutely fantastic way to end this Era 2. It's a great tank. It's a hell of a lot of fun, and I think a lot of people will enjoy this thing. Especially, the whole thing with this Era 2 section of the French Cold War line is that if you played the 4AD and you love the 4AD, you will love this line. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.